All right. Everybody's starting to come in. I love it. Look at this, everybody. Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Gather round, huddle round, as we like to say. Can anybody believe it's actually November 1st? I mean, we are like this close to the end of the year. Anna's shaking her head. She's like, yes, please. That needs to be near the end of the year right now. I do believe it. It's been a crazy year. Well, you guys, I'm so excited tonight. We have so many amazing people coming to speak tonight. You know, we just got back from this incredible retreat down at Think Life is Different Estates down in San Diego. And a lot of the leaders here from the Transformation Tribe, we were talking and we were thinking, you know, how cool would it be to have each and every one of the leaders that were down there really share their takeaways, what has really set their heart on fire, and why you've seen such massive action since they've come back. And so tonight, we are going to just gather around. We're going to make this community time. We're going to make it lots and lots of love and connection. Grab your blanket, grab a hot cup of tea or your cappuccino. Is some of you guys like to try the hot chocolate. I have not tried that still in the 3.5 years that I've been coaching, believe it or not. Everybody just jaw drops and says, I can't believe you haven't tried that yet. So one of these days, somebody's going to have to send me a packet of that because I just haven't committed to buying it. So, so you guys, I'm super, super excited to bring on all of these leaders tonight. You know, they have had such an amazing time down there. A lot of these people came down, these leaders, and they were expecting to get something out of this retreat, right? Some of these people were just kind of curious and they didn't know what to expect, but they were hoping to get something out of it. And that's why they went. So I asked them to come on tonight and share with you what their initial reason for going to this retreat was, what they actually got out of it that maybe they didn't expect, what's shifted for them, and maybe one piece of advice for all of you that didn't qualify just yet. I'm saying yet because yes, there will be another opportunity for everybody to go down to Jamil's estate. But really, you know, what they got out of it for them and what they're so excited about right now. And stay tuned because at the end of this call, we've got some amazing news for you guys as we start the month off at November. But enough from me, you guys. I know that you don't come to hear me every single time I'm on these calls. You guys want to hear from the most incredible leaders within Optavia. So tonight, you guys, I'm going to have Molly Peterson come off first and share with us really what happened down there at the retreat for her and what's changed for her. So Molly, are you there, sweetheart?
I am here. So start my timer. So I was going to write a bunch of notes, but I can't do that. I'm just going to wing it. Why did I go? That's what I do. I just wing it. Why did I go? I went because I felt really stuck in my own life and in my business. I felt emotionally disconnected. I was resorting back to, you know, behaviors prior to starting program, behaviors like isolating myself, living in fear. And I wasn't really sure where that was coming from, but I knew that I had to go. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I had to go because every time an opportunity for growth comes around, I would much rather just put my blanket over my head and hope it reaches me by osmosis, which never happens. So I went. And I discovered that I was really angry. This is all about Molly's emotional baggage. I discovered I was really angry during one of these sessions that we did. That I was mad, and I was mad at some pretty specific people. But then realized, like Jamil says in the 12 shifts, I have to do my own push-ups. I really have to do my own push-ups. And all of these things the isolation, the fear, all of that stuff, it's just excuses. It's excuses to not push myself. I could very easily get trapped in those excuses, which I did, which I do. But then there was this pivotal moment on Friday night. One of my biggest fears is frogs. They're so unpredictable, which is kind of the story of like fear, because it's or taking chances. It's unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. So there are frogs everywhere on this property, and animals and rats, and there was a raptor. I mean, it was bananas. So anyway, there was this frog, and I was like, I couldn't even look at it. But then I ended up with it in my hand. I can still feel it on my palm, by the way. But I held the frog like this, and it was really symbolic of holding my fears in my hand. And the next morning, the mantra that was playing in my head was do it anyway, do it anyway, do it anyway. And I went out that morning and I was looking around for frogs. I was looking around for frogs, looking for my fears essentially so that I could face them head on. That's what I got from this weekend. It was incredibly powerful. And that's what I really have carried into my business. I just feel absolutely, honestly, fearless. Just fearless. I just, if I have a fear, I hold it in my hand. And if I need someone to sit next to me and pat me and cheer me on, then I call upon my tribe. It was really a powerful weekend for me. So my advice is to, when things come up, when fears come up, it's basically chatter. It's all just chatter. Lean into your tribe. That's what we are here for. Do it anyway. If you find yourself isolating, if you find yourself doubting your abilities at this, do it anyway. You're here for a reason. And my timer's going off. And I have a coach launching, so I'm going to cut out, but I just thank you all for everything.
Thank you so much for sharing, sweetheart. It's really amazing, guys, watching what happened with Molly as she really embraced the obstacles as the way. She was really seeking growth, and that's what I saw when she came into this event. Really, this last week was that she was seeking really these opportunities and these obstacles, and even though she was scared, she trusted her community. It was so fun to watch as we put that frog in her hand and watched her overcome that fear. And then the next morning, actually seeking out what she was scared of. And so these are the pivotal moments that start to happen in community and these breakthroughs. It's as simple as something like this. It's as simple as breaking through a fear that's been holding us back for a really, really, really long time. And I'm so glad that Molly came. So Molly, thank you so much for sharing, darling. Oh, well, I'm excited to bring on our next speaker tonight. I've really got the opportunity to spend some time with her this weekend, really get to know her, first time meeting her in person this last weekend, and really getting to bond with Jillian Scott. And I absolutely love her heart. And so I'm really excited for her to come on and bring to you some of value tonight and what really were her breakthroughs. So Jill, are you there?
I am here. I just wanted to say I went to the retreat with a set of expectations, and not only were they met and beyond met, but what I thought I went for was not what I actually got out of it at all. Absolutely at all. For me, I've been coaching for 6 months now, and I had so many fears and self-doubts and just a lot of chatter, even though every week, every team huddle, every training, we tell ourselves to let go of, suspend all fear and thinking, just go. And I still had a lot of that. And, all of our coaches that we train with and that we watch all of these trainings on, we kind of picture them up as this, this leader, this beacon of knowledge. And we kind of forget that we're all real people. We are all humans. And so I just went to retreat hoping to get some tips and tricks on how to build my business and build it fast and reach this next level. What I actually got was a huge eye opener. huge eye opener. It's all on us. And we are all so much closer than we think to these massive shifts and, just jumps in our business than we think is possible. It seems like some of these goals are so far away, but if we just tell our story and open up and do the things that we are trained to do and that we train our coaches to do, it's just amazing. There's going to be massive breakthroughs. We are all so close. What I didn't expect was that the other coaches and the other leaders had the same things that I did. They had fears, they had self-doubts, they had worries, they had chatter. And so I realized that we were all kind of in the same boat. And it was so amazing. What shifted for me was, almost everything. My drive, my outlook, my willingness to really dig in and do the work. My skill set, the drive to want to go back and refine my skill set, because I know that if I can just go back to making sure things are simple and lined out the way that we do things and the way that we were trained to do them, and not try to do things our own way, that it makes it so much better and easier for ourselves. So that was a big shift for me. And my confidence in what we're giving to our clients and the gift that we're offering. All of us have been changed so much by the program to begin with when we were clients, the program that we got to teach and give other people as a gift as coaches. And the biggest thing that I can say for an encouragement from here forward, dig in to this community in every way you possibly can. Our Facebook page, the other coaches, lean into your mentorship. We had the best weekend just getting to know each other, just talking to each other. I'm sure we told each other some of our emotional baggage that we haven't told anybody in years, right? We wouldn't probably tell our best friends some of the conversations that we had, but it just all came off our shoulders because that's what we do. We are a family. This isn't just the Transformation Tribe because that's the name of Annika's tribe. We are a family. And that was one of the biggest things that I took away, was just that feeling of, if I'm sad, if I'm upset, if I'm scared, if I'm confused, it just opened up a big, huge double doors for everybody to just lean into each other, support each other. We're all doing amazing things. We're out there, we're giving the gift of health and community and hope and love, and we can just go build whatever we want to build. And if we don't know how to do that, that's when we lean into our mentors, because they're going to help us learn how to do that. So it was amazing. I just felt so close to all of the people that I got to meet down there for the first time. I didn't know anyone but Slim, because Slim and I have known each other since we were, tadpoles. So it was just fantastic. So that would be my advice. And if you ever get a chance to be this close to qualifying for something, run as hard as you can and go. Make sure that you qualify to go on the next retreat, wherever or whatever it is, because it will change everything. That's all I have.
That's all you got. It's all you got, girl. It was so cool to watch and listen to as we're sitting by the fireplace, and you're like, I had no idea what I was coming into. I thought I would learn how to work my business and know all the things, right? We talk about this all the time, the transformational end of our business, but the transactional end of our business. And some of us come into this weighted one side heavier than the other. And watching the breakthroughs in the community as we all bonded together around there, the warmth of the stories and the connection, and just watching some of this clay fall off of us and having these awakening moments. So, oh, Jill, so excited for you and what's to come. You guys, watch out for her. Watch out for her. She's got a fire lit inside of her now, you guys. But But with that, you guys, since we were speaking with Jill first here, I'm going to bring on Slim. And what I really love about Slim is that if you've met her, she's all about community. She's all about cultivating this incredible love and connection everywhere she goes. And she really, really set the tone for last weekend and did some incredible things. And threw a big party for Molly and I underneath the radar so that we didn't have a clue. She made these awesome bracelets, which she's wearing right now. I forgot to put mine on. And just created this just incredible atmosphere as we were there. But she had some really, really pivotal takeaways, I know, for her, and shifts that have happened that we've talked. So without further ado, Slim, are you there, sweetheart?
Yes, I am here. I would appreciate not having to follow Molly in the future. That was a pretty hard act to follow. Yeah, that was pretty amazing to watch her overcome those fears. Another thing I learned when I was there that I wasn't expecting is that I didn't know much about Pico de Gallo, but now I know everything about it. In fact, I'll never see it again in the store or anywhere else without hearing that song. So thanks, Baron. That's a gift that keeps on giving. Seeing what we saw as a community and what we went through, you know, the shifts of what you don't know when they're going to happen. You come to these events. And for those of you, those rooks out there that have never been, it's definitely something that you get what you need when you come to these events. There's really no way to predict how you're going to shift or when or if. Typically, there's always at least something small, if not, you know, very, very large shifts that happen, but it's really cool. So this is my third event. I don't think anyone else that was in attendance aside from Annika and myself had, oh no, Dana I'd been to an event with before. Other than that, everyone else was new. And so it was really cool to see all the shifts that were made for other people. So for me, I actually came into this event with different expectations than I have in the past. I didn't come in with an expectation of me personally shifting as much as I wanted to see other people do that. And that was really cool. And to be able to go with Jill, and I knew she was going to just light up after that. So I kind of went with the intention of really watching what was going to happen with her. So that was really, really fun because we've been talking a lot about the growth and what we want to go do together. So that was cool. As far as what shifted for me, there was 3 kind of pivotal moments. The first one was in the first day. The why exercise was really cool. So let me slow down. The first day we did a listening exercise, which was fun. So the one person that you partnered with was talking and the other person was writing down. And we did that same exercise 3 times with no changing of partners. And each time you got a little bit more vulnerable and each time you got a little bit more honest. And it was cool to actually see people open up in ways that you didn't expect. So I loved the bonding of that. The second day, Rachel Richards came and displayed the why exercise, which you guys will probably see at a later time. And that was really getting to the heart of why we do what we do and to watch it happen and play out after she did this enormous consistency exercise was just the icing on the cake, because that's really the heart of what we do, is get to the why of everybody that we talk to and really awakening that intrinsic motivation within them. So I really loved that. And then on the Friday night, Justin Avini came and Desiree Dubé came, and some of the things that they said, again, I was really sitting back quietly, just watching everybody at the fire listening. And they said some things that really I needed to hear, but didn't know I needed to hear. So it was really cool. Everybody's already pretty much explained what the vibe and the energy is like there. It's really cool. You just can't really describe it unless you go. So I recommend you go. I recommend you, do everything these guys are saying, follow all your instructions, show up on trainings, go to these events, dig into your community, have fun doing it. Because if you're not having fun, you're going to cry, oh, yo. So that's all I'm saying. Thank you again. It was a pleasure to be able to go and watch everybody shift and bond, especially overcome the fears and anxieties that you guys are having with your business. I think I might have gotten just as much out of that as I did my own shifts. So I appreciate you guys, and hopefully we'll get together and be able to do this again soon.
Love it. Thank you so much, Slim. You know, it's these breakthroughs that happen that sometimes when you come into these things that you just don't know what to expect, what kind of shifts happen. And I think that's what I really loved from some of the other speakers, but really from Slim is that she came with a really open mind this time. Whereas other events, she may have come with a direct purpose and been very, very poignant about what she wanted to get out. And at this point, watching her just being so open and absorbing everything and allowing it to flow very naturally and organic and allowing the situation giving her everything that she needed at that particular time. That is the true embodiment of a leader, is being curious and open. And it was just amazing to watch the shifts that Slim had. So with this, you guys, I am going to bring on next Miss Anita. Oh my goodness, just watching her absorb every single moment while she was there at the estate and just being super laser focused with the speakers and present in every aspect was just so neat. So I know that she's going to be coming with some amazing takeaways. So Anita, are you there?
I am, thank you. Um, going into the retreat, I wasn't 100% sure what to expect. I knew that what I wanted was to be around these leaders that we see all the time on, these Zoom meetings and our trainings, the Jamil, Rachel Richards, Justin Avini, Desiree DeBay. I wanted to just be around them to see what their energy was like, to see what they were like. And everybody was so loving, kind, caring. Jamil was so welcoming, and his wife and his children, his family, his staff there at the house, everyone was super friendly. And I felt right at home pretty quickly. And but the one thing that I did get that I wasn't expecting was all of us, like especially Slim, man. This gal is like Wikipedia of Optavia. Anything I want to know, Slim, what's this? She doesn't even know, but I rode with her in the car. I'd ask a question, I'd throw my phone out there and I put the record on so I could listen to it later. And I even sent that to some of the other people in the cars. It was just amazing. The people in this group have so much to offer, and everyone is so generous with their time. And that also sparked in me. I definitely am that way. If you need anything, if you have a question, by all means, reach out to me and I'll do everything I can to help. One thing I took very specific takeaways because I feel like I don't always know the transactional end of things. I'm not a numbers person. I'm a social worker from way back. People are the puzzle I like to figure out. Numbers, mathematics, not my strong suit. However, after this retreat, talk about lighting a fire. That is now, I'm really focused on numbers. Jamil, he started it off with, where do you want to be? That we have to utilize our consciousness, and our minds are the most important tool that we have. And we have to keep asking our question, what do you want more? And one of the examples that I had in my mind was, I love to hike. Well, I also want to grow my business. So I have to, we all have to make those decisions. Like, do you want to give up the good for the great? Do I want to go on my hike, or do I want to reach out to 15 people and possibly bring on 3 or 4 or 5 more clients? And from those, 3 or 4 or 5 more coaches. So I was really in tune to numbers. And for me, I want to grow my business. I would love to be Fibic. And the question, Jamil he's very, he's so intelligent, but he puts things in a way that's very easy to understand. Like when he's talking about Fibic, he's all, do we know 5 people who want to help 5 people? I mean, it was like, oh, yeah, of course we do. So that really gave me hope. And that was also a big theme for me at the retreat, hope and growth. When I returned from the retreat, so that was on a Monday when I returned, to yesterday, the last day of October, I reached out to 86 people. I had not done that since I bought my coaching kit. That wasn't the mode. That wasn't where I was at. That wasn't my pace. After hearing are learning everything that I did at the retreat from people here and, the leaders that we see on Zoom and stuff, there's not in my mind that we can achieve, all of us can achieve anything we want. Wherever we want to take our business, it's possible, but we do have to put the work in, and we have to focus on the why. Why do we want to coach? What do we want to get out of it? Where do we want to go? And then we have to follow that up with action steps. And one example, because I'm not a numbers person, this example rang out. I think it was Jamil that said it. If you want to sell your house and you bring 5 people to come and look at your house, versus you want to sell your house and you bring 105 people to look at your house, which one's going to sell your house quicker? Where are the odds more in your favor? Clearly, that's how we should be running our businesses too. I shouldn't say should. That's the best way to run the business. The more numbers you have, the more chances of you bringing on clients, the more chances of you bringing on coaches, and you getting to where you want to be. So I just feel I'm so excited because now I just have that focus and making lists upon lists upon lists of people that I want to contact and reach out to, and how I'll do that is kind of going to depend on how I know them or not know them, and how I want to reach out to them. And we have just being very clear in that why. And some other takeaways were, don't get comfortable with your business. Keep striving, keep moving forward, be consistent in growing, have a tough skin, don't beat yourself up. Tomorrow's a new day. And then as CEOs of our business, we need to get up and show up. That was Desiree DeBay. She said that a couple different times. And then building a minimum of 2 points per month. And we need funds to fulfill our dreams, and Optavia funds our dreams. That's what we can do with that. And if you haven't, one thing that we did was created a napkin dream. So if you have not done that, I strongly suggest reaching out to your coach and mentorship team and get that going, because that really will start aligning what you want, and then start working on the action steps to how you'll get there. And then lastly, one thing Jamil said is to become uncommon. And I absolutely love that. So there's so many things, but that's really what rang out to me.
I love this, Anita. So many great takeaways. I think the biggest thing that I took away from what Anita said was that she learned one valuable thing, and that was leverage. The Optavia vehicle allows us to have leverage for our dreams, our goals, our legacy, and the life that we want to create. And it's not just enough to dream. The napkin dreaming, the time that we spent, really spending that time was so magical, so transformational. It felt so good and it felt so warm. But where the letdown begins is when we don't have an opportunity or a vehicle to help us get there. And so learning that the transactional end of the business and knowing, attaching numbers to those goals and those dreams for Anita, she was actually able to create some sort of game plan, and not some sort of game plan, but like a direct game plan on how she is going to get to there. And so it was very strategic for her, and now understanding in a very simple way that she has all these dreams and desires. Now she can go create them with the Optavia vehicle. And so I'm really excited for what's going to go on with her. We have been working very, very strongly and created a structural tension chart for her. And she's got her napkin. She'll probably end up framing it. I think most of the people that came to the event will probably end up framing their napkins just like I have, and see what happens in a year here. So thank you, Anita, so much for sharing, my friend. I really, really appreciate you tonight. So the next person we're going to bring on tonight, I was really, really curious. I was curious with everybody, but really curious to hear her breakthroughs and what was going to shift for her, because she's been going through a lot of things lately. And so I was really excited to bring on Whitney Jacobson tonight and have her share her shifts that occurred when she was down there. So Whitney, are you there, sweetheart?
No, I can't follow Hot Wheels. No. and the living dictionary over here. No, I'm just teasing. It's just so cool to hear everybody again. Honestly, it's really awesome. So I appreciate everything that everyone's sharing tonight. You know, like Annika kind of said, I've been going through some things, and what I kind of hope to get out of this retreat, before some things started kind of happening in my life, was, you know, very similar, I think, to some of us, where it was like, we're going to go learn, you know, how to do this business exactly, like all the action steps, all the transactional side. And because that was kind of somewhere where I felt like I was lacking. But as things kind of started to happen in life, as they do, I was really seeking that opportunity to get to know everybody on a deeper level, because really I only knew Meryl, you know, at this point on a deeper level, and Slim kind of. And so I was really hoping to go there and do that. The other thing that has been holding me back in my business, and recently losing my job, I didn't have to, but I wanted to really lose some of the fear, like get rid of the fear of what other people are going to think about me, get rid of this skewed definition that I had of success and what a successful person looks like, or what a successful person does. And so that was really one of the things that I wanted to go there, and I was seeking. It was like that, you know, we all kind of tread this fine line. And it's very gray. It's not always black and white, but I was really looking for that. How do I go all in? Like, how do I leave the fear and go all in this amazing, amazing vehicle that we have? And I honestly got so much more out of it than that. I'm still not all the way in, but like I told Annika, I haven't burned the boat completely, but I'm burning the oars. So pretty soon the boat's going to go down with it. But, you know, one of the things that I expected was, of course, to get to know everybody, and to hear where everyone else is at in their business and in their life, because we're all people, right? And we all got stuff going on. It's not all business. And so it was really nice to get to know everybody. One of the things that I didn't expect to be awakened to while we were there, and Slim shared a little bit about the exercise that we did, which was, you know, why, right? Why am I here? And it was so much bigger for me, leaving there. It's not just about why are you here as a coach, and why are you here with Optavia, but it is why are you here in this world? Why are you here with us? Why do you have a heart to serve other people? And that was a huge thing that I became awakened to. And now I'm just really enjoying this shift of why I am here is so much bigger than why I ever thought. Asking yourself, like, you're not just here to work a 9 to 5, right? I don't think so. And it was awakening myself to that, and awakening myself to that does not define success for me. So that's one of the things I did not expect. And it's going to be the gift that keeps on giving. I just know it. You know, one of the things that shifted for me was this fear that I have of reaching out to people and offering this gift is really changed. Everyone wants something more. And Jamil shared with us, everyone wants something more time, more purpose, you know, more finances, more community. Everyone's looking for more. And it's up to me to find out what that is. And with that exercise that Slim was talking about with Rachel Richards, it was so dynamic of, don't give up on getting to people's why. What do they want more of? And why do they want it? Because we offer a solution to their problems and their desires, whatever they may be. And that was huge. That was a huge thing that shifted for me, that I'm not out to get people. I'm out to give people more time, more financial freedom, more fulfillment, more purpose in their relationships, whatever it may be. what do they want more of, and continually going 7 layers deep on getting to their why. I really hope that, you know, we can all experience that exercise firsthand, because it was amazing. And it was literally just asking yourself over and over again, why? Why? Like, if you almost think about little kids, right? They're like, but why? Why, mom? You know, do that with people, do that with yourself. That's one of the things that I'm doing now, is asking myself, why? And if I can't give myself a good answer, then I don't know that I've either truly been awakened or if it's that important. And so it's really about awakening that within other people too, and asking yourself that. And so that was one of the things, and is one of the things that I'm going to start doing differently. What do I see possible now is one of the questions Annika had asked us to kind of share. And, you know, one of the things I can see now is that all these leaders that we admire, and all these leaders that we look up to on the trainings, they've endured a lot of obstacles. And what I took away was that the obstacles are necessary, and you have to have that tension. And without the obstacles, without the big dreams, there's nothing pulling you. There's nothing there. There's no tension there to get you from here to here. And I've heard Annika talk about this. I've seen her with the rubber band thing, but it just clicked with me that they're necessary. There has to always be tension. And just when you kind of feel that tension lit up, something's probably going to happen again. So you just got to hug it, and you got to laugh at it, and you got to keep going. So whatever you do, don't quit, be consistent. Like everyone else said, lean on this community. This is the best group of people I've ever met in my life. So this is your safe place. If I was to leave you with one piece of encouragement, it would be to ask yourself, why are you here? And think big, the big, big, big picture, because one of our 6 habits of transformational leadership is we serve to better mankind, or we deliver extraordinary, but I really liked how Jamil said extraordinary results. So extraordinary results, and we serve to better mankind. And so be uncommon and challenge yourself. Why are you here? Why are you here? And go to that uncommon answer, because that's going to help you really go out and serve to better mankind. So that's what I have. And I can't wait to see you guys all there next year.
So good. So many people had these epiphanies, as you were talking about, with the why exercise. I watched so many people's eyes just light up when we just went like 7 layers deep, right? It's getting down to the nitty gritty on somebody's why. So if we don't have that, what are we doing, right? It was that awakening that happened. So good, my friend. Well, this is incredible. You know, Whitney has had so many breakthroughs, but so is the next person that I'm going to bring on here tonight. And I really admire this woman and the amount of obstacles that she has in her life, and how she continues to overcome them daily. You know, if there's one thing that we've got in common here as a group, is that we all have obstacles in our life. There's not one of us here that hasn't been dealing with some really hard things in life. There's been deaths, there's been sicknesses, people have lost their jobs. There's so many crazy things that are going on. But this woman definitely, you know, has dealt with some hard things, and I'm watching her just break through a lot of this clay that she's had. And so I know some of this stuff transformed for her this weekend. So Meryl, my friend, are you there, sweetheart?
Yes, I am. And it's just so funny that you mention all that, because that's exactly what I was going to talk about. Is that, you know, I think when I went, I was looking to just get away. I needed a break from life. um I was looking for more. I wanted more for myself and my family in this business so that I could be home with my children. And I didn't even think I was going to go. I was running to qualify so that my team would also run, and that I would lead by example, but I did not think I was actually going to go on the trip. I was just trying to qualify. So, my coach Whitney, she knew that there was a possibility that I might not even go or attend. I'm glad that I did. I really am. And there were a lot of obstacles in the way. Probably that whole month or this whole last month, October. Um, and the one thing that I wanted to talk about, because everyone else kind of touched on a lot of other things, and I know that I remember the first time I heard Slim talk about the hot six. I was like, what's the hot six? I was like, I have hot six, thinking like, because at that time I had these 6 ladies or these 6 coaches on my team who were just like, doing awesome. And I was like, what's this hot six about? Like, I think I got them. And Jamil spent some time with us and really just broke it down like even more. And just talking about the obstacles a lot this weekend, and some of the obstacles that I've been through that are just so similar to what everyone else has done. And that was one of my biggest takeaways, because now I think when those things start to come up, I was telling Whitney and the rest of the team, I think I'm going to start just laughing at this stuff now. I'm like, here we go again with the same stuff, people want to complain about or do. And eventually we're all going to just be laughing at it, because we know that that's not true, or, that they just have to have a mind shift too. And so if you don't know what the hot 6 are, you need to find out. And that's our habits of transformational leadership. But the hot 6 could be a few other things. And originally what I had thought it was, going and finding your 5 who want to run with you, 5 senior coaches. These guys mentioned that, like, who are 5 people who want to go and help 5 more people. Right. And then you're going to go do that again. Now go find 5 more who want to continue to go and become EDs with you. So, and then it's always 1 more. So 5 plus 1 more, hot 6, you guys. There's your hot 6. Always looking for those. So that's the way I look at it. But yes, I think the biggest things were that, and really reminding us in those hot 6 that the first one is we lead from the future and we act in the now. So that's all about us, but that's also the example that we're setting for our clients and our coaches, right? And we're reiterating that and really having them look into the future. And that's what we did with our dreaming too. We take responsibility and we play above the line. That was huge. And actually, something crazy actually happened to Jamil and Amanda while we were there. And they also had to keep saying, I'm just going to live above the line. I'm going to live above the line. I'm not going to dip below the line. And so seeing them kind of like deal with those obstacles too, and really practice what we're all teaching was really awesome to see too. So the other ones are really what we're trying to do for not only ourselves, but for our clients. So the other 3 are really more about what we are going to do as those leaders with our clients and our coaches. And I won't get into that, because at some point, if you don't know what it is, you should really get to know what those are. I've said this plenty of times, and I love that Molly loves it, and she keeps it's something that's stuck with her. But those who show up go up. So when you show up to these events, when you show up to these trainings, when you show up to our coaching calls, and even though you may hear some of the same stuff over and over, eventually you're going to have a shift, because you're going to hear Whitney say it the same way I said it, but differently, or it just clicked differently that night because of something you're going through. And now all of a sudden you're going to have a shift. So do not quit. I've been doing this for a year, and I may have gotten comfortable at the level I reached, Where before I was telling Annika and Whitney, what's next? What's next? What's next? Okay, what do I do next? Well, when you get to a certain level, you have to go show other people how to do that too, if you want to move up. And so that's where the hot six come in, and you really got to start to master that. And so I think the biggest thing for me is don't stop, don't give up, keep leading with your own health, and with that future in mind, those dreams and those goals. Always keep that in sight, because that's what's going to motivate you. That's what's going to keep you going when those obstacles get in the way or want to get in the way, right? And you're just going to push right through them. If you try to ignore it, it's going to keep coming back up. So you got to push through it and learn through that, grow through it, and come out the other side so you could show other people how to do it and be able to laugh at it.
And be able to laugh at it. How many times were we doing that over the last 3 days when we were there, something would happen. Rain came pouring down and we just start laughing at it, right? I mean, just things like that. But, the biggest takeaway that I just heard from Meryl is, what she said, just show up and you'll go up. And in fact, I'm going to add to that, you show up, you go up, and you learn to grow up, as Dr. A would say. And that was really the pivotal moment, is you will grow, you grow up with some of this as you start to really stay consistent and stay. And that's what I saw in all of these leaders. So last but not least, definitely last but not least, we're gonna wrap this baby up with the Lauterbachs. And I know that they have got some just incredible takeaways. It was so fun watching these two just bond and bring so much love. And for anybody who doesn't know, Barron brought his guitar and sang to us just before we all left on Sunday morning, and just really set the tone for us all crying and bringing it together, especially with his Pico de Gallo. But you guys, the Lauterbachs, you guys, are you there?
We are. Yeah, thank you. We're honored to speak tonight. Stacy and I were talking, and I kind of equate years, certain dates in our life as chapters in our life. The first chapter being when we got married in 1994. Second chapter when our son was born in 97. Third chapter when our daughter was born in 2000. Lots of great stories in between those chapters. Who'd have thought, year 2020, all the political, civil unrest, COVID, that we would find the next great chapter in our life. And going to this retreat was a rebirth in a way, but it's just like, this is the next chapter in our life, and it's going to be a great chapter, and I can't wait to start making those stories. Steve.
And for me, I told Annika, whenever any incentive is offered, I'm all about that. I like that. So I, really wanted to work hard to get there. I was feeling a bit disconnected because we hadn't met like face to face anybody in our community. And then I was nervous about that too, because we're older than most everybody there, but we just were wrapped in absolute love from the second we got there. Jamil and his family just made us feel so warm and welcome. And I mean, who does that? Who opens their house to 20 strangers, bringing them in with their kids, in the middle of all of that's going on? But we came away from there, not knowing who any single person was voting for, hallelujah. And we just got so many good, amazing nuggets from everybody there. The ones that stood out to me is I realized my story needed to be deeper. And I was struggling with that because I was just like, I don't feel like I have an inspirational story. But what I realized when I was down there with everyone was that your story is ever changing. It's not a story that fits in the nice little box with a bow on it. It changes all the time. And I had to loosen up a little bit and realize that, well, yeah, I guess I do have a story, and so does Bear. And we're a lot more excited to tell it now. I went down there to become a better coach. And I honestly came away, I don't know if it's a better coach, but I came away with a full heart. I came away after having watched my husband get it, I mean, he stood up there in front of everybody and said the things that I was hoping to hear, because we've never done something like this before. Like you said, it's a new chapter for us. And I mean, at our age, it's a little scary, but it's not anymore. Now we're just flipping excited, and we just can't wait to see where how many people we can help with this. And my mind is just so much more in abundance. And one of the greatest thrills for me was that I got to hug my community, because I love that connection, and I enjoyed hugging every single one of you guys, and just being so fulfilled at being there with you all was just huge for me.
I actually came for the food, and came away with a understanding of a lot of different things. I came in a lot greener than she did, because I started after she did. But one thing it made me realize is I was even greener than I thought I was. And so hearing the coaching that I was getting from the top leaders was just an amazing thing. Structural tension. I used to think structural tension was getting things done at the very last minute and then patting myself on the back for getting them done. And I can't do that anymore. And I realized that after listening to these people talk. So structural tension was a whole new thing for me. I enjoyed listening to the leaders. I realized these people's struggles are our struggles, no different. And the cool thing about it is these leaders shared how they overcame those struggles. How valuable is that? There's nothing
freely just
that.
gave of their hearts.
I came away with a clear idea of the compensation plan. I'm not she's the money lady. I'm like, okay, money's not that important. It's nice to have, but I don't live by it. And I realized that neither does this company, and that's an important thing for me. Money's nice, but it's not what it's about. It's about helping people. I love to help people. I've always been empathetic, and realizing that that's what's cool about this company. I really walked away knowing that I want to belong to this company. I have a newer sense of community. I spent some amazing time with some amazing people and did amazing things. And it's going to stay with me for the rest of my life. I know this is where we belong, and I know this is where we're going to make our future. Like she said, we're older. I'm 3 years away from retirement, and a lot of guys I worked with, they retired and died within 2 years. Some even sooner. It ain't going to happen with me. I have a purpose, and the purpose is being by her side and seeing our way through this and helping other people. So there was nothing but love there, and I absorbed it, and I remember it. I'm telling you, I kind of make an analogy. I play guitar, as most of you know. You don't become good unless you practice, unless you build calluses, especially if you're playing a stringed instrument. The more calluses you get, the easier it is to play. The harder and thicker those calluses get, the less pain there is involved in doing those things. So embrace those obstacles, build those calluses. That's what's going to make you a better and stronger person. Thank you.
Thank you for letting us share.
Oh my God. No, thank you guys so much. You guys give everybody a huge round of applause for sharing their stories tonight and their breakthroughs and their inspiration. You guys, this is when everybody came, we had problems. We all have problems. People have problems in life. It just so happens that the vehicle and the community that we're a part of, that we have solutions for it. People are looking for solutions in community and feeling like they're not alone, like that they're enough. People are looking for answers for more time freedom to spend with their kids and their families. People are looking through breakthroughs and getting rid of fear and concepts that don't serve them. Right? They're looking for better tools and resources and people to actually help them do that. And every single person that went to this retreat, I know has had some sort of breakthrough or shift for exactly what they've needed in their life. Not just their business, you guys, in their life. And that's the beauty behind what we do, is that people have problems, guys. We just have a vehicle that has better solutions for people. That's why we are so abundantly blessed in this Optavia vehicle, is that we don't just have one solution for one problem. We have so many different solutions for a variety of different issues that people are dealing with right now in this state of time. People need to learn how to manage their emotions better, manage their stress and their expectations, learn how to fuel their bodies properly and take care of themselves in a state where most people are, like I say, eating themselves underneath the kitchen sink. People are losing their jobs. They're not finding fulfillment in life. This is the kind of thing that Optavia offers. It's not the fuelings. Now, some of you may have gotten this extremely amazing email from the company and just found out that we are ranked #2 in Fortune magazine for one of the fastest growing businesses in all of the United States. And so I wanted to share this with you guys. This is huge right now. Fortune magazine has listed Optavia as the #2 top fastest growing companies globally, I think, actually. If I remember correctly, I don't think it's just the US. I could be wrong, but I think it is globally right now. And so go ahead and take a look at fortune.com and take a look at some of these numbers. This is absolutely insane. If you look at the amount of employees to the amount of profit that we're seeing. The reason why we do so well is because we do so good for everybody else. We give massive value, and that is how the economy works, right? Is that when you go give value and tools for everybody else, right? We do really well in return. And so with that, we have an amazing incentive that Jeremiah and I want to bring the family this week. And I'm not sure if you guys can see this that well, but we're doing a gratitude giveaway. And see if I can download this and make this a little bit bigger for you guys to see, just because I'm having a little hard time with my computer here. But we decided to really do a gratitude giveaway for you guys, okay? And what does that mean? That just means that we love you guys. We love you guys so much, and we want to say thank you for being a part of a mission and a vision and a culture that is really all about helping other people. And right now, a lot of people need our help, you guys. A lot of people are looking for health and hope right now. And so we just say, hey, let's have you do really, really good and have you do really, really well. So this is what we're offering. We're investing over $350 this month in helping you help people. And this is what we love to do anyways, right? We love to help people. Well, wouldn't it be cool to earn some free cash just helping and doing what we already do already? Well, here we go. So we're giving away first, second, and third place prizes for the top people who actually help in 2 areas of their business. #1, client acquisition and coach sponsorship. So the person that brings on the most clients in the month of November, they're going to get a first place prize of $100 cash. Not a wellness credit. If you want a wellness credit, that's fine, but we're giving you cash, you guys. Second place is $50. Third place is $25. Now, there's also the second end of this. The person that brings on, the coach that brings on the most amount of coaches in the month of November, we're also going to be giving them first place is $100, second place $50, and third place $25. Now, what's really cool about this, guys, you can qualify for both. This means a maximum potential of $200. Is that insane or what? Who thinks that this would be really helpful, like right before Christmas time? Who could use an extra like $200 right before Christmas, right after Thanksgiving? I don't know about you, but I could definitely use that. And if you can't, that's okay. You just do the work and send the money my way. I'll just reinvest it back into my kid. Just kidding. So you guys, we've got so much goodness going on. Tomorrow, the company is going to be talking about what's going on for the month of November and December. This is the most important season of your business. People are really looking for accountability right now through the holidays. They are watching you right now, living out loud and contending for your health. Because what we do right now in November is people are watching, they might want you right now. But as December and January comes around and they're still in this spot and actually maybe in a worse spot, they're looking for a solution. So are you going to be that person with the solution, my friends? Are you going to share health and hope right now, today, so that you can be the answer for somebody else's dream and future? I'm so excited for every single one of you. Thank you to all the speakers that came on tonight, added their amazing values, that shared their napkin dreams. You guys go have an amazing night, and we'll see you tomorrow night on Coach Monday Nights. Bye-bye.